What's up, y'all? Who on here? Brittany, what's up? Shantae, what's up? Now, y'all know it's certain shit that nobody should not ask me to speak on. Tranny, what's up? Zabulin Crawford, what's up? Tip Montana, I see you. Listen, it's certain shit that y'all really shouldn't ask me to talk about. A lot of y'all done inboxed me to make a video about the young girl whose body was found in Chicago in the hotel in the freezer. It's really certain shit y'all should not ask Love Dorsey to make a video about. Y'all really should not. Because the level that I be done tuck this shit to, like, y'all will be like, why did she even? So listen, I'm going to just say this for the people that's, you know, they kind of moved or their heart feels some type of way because of seeing the video of the mom, you know, speaking on what she went through and what happened at the hotel when she went there. Now, y'all know me, I use my common sense. Now, when we talking about businesses and shit like that, let's just use our common sense. You got some young adults and some teenagers having a party at this particular hotel. So at the point where they want to pretend like she missing and they can't find her or whatever, and the mom come to the hotel and she want to just have them start reviewing surveillance cameras and bothering their guests, business is not going to do that. So, of course, you can't explain that to a mother that's in panic, that's looking for their child. So that's not something that I would even say to the mother. But to y'all, just common sense, business is going to look out for business. So when you got a business like that, that's a large hotel that employ lots of people, that their current revenue is in the building, meaning their consumers, their customers are currently in rooms. Unless you got like solid proof that something has happened, you're not going to get those workers, that hotel manager, nobody there to fucking in any way, shape, or form fuck with their guests or go knocking on doors and stuff. So when they went around the hotel knocking on doors and proceeding to look for her themselves, you was not finna get this hotel to agree to that. You just weren't. Because to them, it was some teens and some young adults that was partying, that was just bullshitting around, and she'll turn up. It's how the business is looking at it. You're not gonna fuck with our money. Talking about looking for no young black girl. That just ain't finna happen. So of course, I get, using my common sense, why they treated her that way when it first went on. I do, my personal opinion from the shit I watched and the shit I've heard, and I could break it down to y'all, and some of y'all may agree, some of y'all may disagree, but y'all know I got plenty of sense. The girl was dead before she got in the freezer. Somebody put her in the freezer. These are facts. I don't give a fuck what nobody get on here and say. I don't give a fuck what the little kids and the little young adults saying in Chicago. A bitch didn't get in that freezer on they fucking own. When you watching the video of the girl Irene with the glasses on, that had on a jean jacket with the little orange cut hair in the bob, clearly, I know from, and like I've heard other people speak on it on the internet as well, I have a leadership demeanor. So when you watching groups of people and little cliques with these young adults and these young kids, you can tell who running shit and who ain't. You could tell who talk with a sternness in their voice and who like, girl, bye, sit down, and y'all need to stop and turn that on and go over here and give me that and hold on, I just got the joint type shit. You could tell who running shit and who followers. You could tell who leaders and who followers. For us, that's parents that pay attention to these young kids and shit. You could tell who running shit. Now, the girl Irene in the video, she got a kid. So this somebody that done been fucking, a child that came up out her pussy and all of that. So clearly she been around the block a couple times. So I could tell from the video, just me, the type of person I am, Irene ain't just no little bystander in the room that just, oh, I didn't know anything that was going on and I don't understand where Kenneka is and I don't know. That ain't going down. Her or the one with the little messed up ponytail who didn't comb my hair that night, her neither. Her demeanor is a little bit more subtle than Irene, but bitch, you know what the fuck's going on. And you can hear all kind of stuff in the background. You can hear somebody saying, my shit turning red. You can hear somebody coaching the girl through fucking, you got to relax. This what you got to do to relax, and trying to get a bitch to drink and smoke. You can hear a person saying, I'm not drunk. You can hear all the shit going on in the room. Listen. There's those in that little clique of girls with them dudes that knew what the fuck going on. And there's those that want to be cool and just hang out and fit in with what the fuck was going on. So it'll come out, like ain't nobody got to keep circulating around online. It will come out because the police will eventually keep questioning, or they're young-minded. They will stay on social media so much to the point where they look conscious to get to them, and they'll start singing. We see it happen all the time in the hood. Eventually, time will tell, whether it happen this week, next week, sometime this month or next month. Some of them little motherfuckers gonna talk, and they gonna tell exactly what's going on. And the girl was dead before she got in the freezer, and you best believe she was fucked before she was dead. Who on here? Tina, what you say, the story is creepy. For me, it ain't creepy because I come from the South and I come from nothing. I come from a city in an area where shit be going on all the time. And for areas like Chicago and shit where it be a lot of violence and shit, running a train on a little girl, it's not abnormal. It's not something to go, it's not. That's why for those of us that have young girls, you have to talk to and teach your girls about this stuff. And you have to teach them about personality differences in leaders and followers. You have to know when your child is a follower or what your child will go to, the extent they will go to fit in. You have to watch these little young hustlers, the little girls like Irene and Monifa, or however you say her name, the ones that go around and pretty much do whatever to get a little money in their pocket to show out for online. It goes on all the fucking time. It's not anything new. And if you're an active parent and you in your kid's life all the way up and through until they about 25, because really that's when you should continue to parent your kids well past 18. Because really, their minds ain't fully developed and settled from that leadership and following shit until they're around 25 to their mid-20s, late 20s. Who on here, Rodney? What you say? I totally agree. Tiffany, what you say? One of them tried to kill her. Listen, it's some videos that they taken that belong to other completely different situations and trying to make it about this girl, Kenneka. Bottom line is, the shit gonna come out on exactly what happened. They sat in that room, coached them little girls, because it's a few of them that's leaders, and it was a few in there that's followers. And if you pay attention, if you're somebody like me that use your common sense, you can tell one of the girls, they in the room coaching one or two of them through how to fuck multiple niggas. You can hear the girl saying, ooh, it's big. Ooh, my shit turning red. At one point, you hear the girl say, you got to keep my head up, because I guess the dude pushing her head down. It's all kind of shit going on. But you best believe it'll come out, because with these young people nowadays, they so smart till they fucking dumb. So eventually one of them gonna talk and tell, because the crime can't go down with multiple people seeing what happened without one of the motherfuckers talking. Those are just facts. So nobody ain't got to tell the motherfuckers to come forward. It will come out. They was dumb enough to be in there doing that shit while on live on Facebook. Dominic, what you say? All over $200. It's more money than that involved. It's if you go back, because it's too much to explain in this one video I'm doing, but if you actually go back and pay attention, you can notice a lot of shit. But just some of the key stuff that people overlooked, like for one, when you hear the mom telling the story about what happened when she got to the hotel or whatever, of course I told y'all my common sense on that. But when it gets to the point where the other girls call the mama and say, hey, we don't know where she at, blah, 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 they got her keys in her phone. Now, y'all know damn well, anybody under the age of like 27, bitch, we don't go nowhere without our phone. We don't go motherfucking place. The only thing we will probably do without bothering our phone is fuck. Because a bitch got their phone in the bathroom, a bitch got their phone in the kitchen when they cooking, bitch got a phone when they eating, a bitch got their phone when they in the mirror, a bitch got their phone 24/7. Really, anybody under 27, and these are facts that really ain't got nothing to do with the video. These are facts. Nobody under 27 nowadays going around without their phone. Bitch, if I'm leaving the room, my phone leaving with me. Even when I'm drunk. Even when I'm fucking drunk. You could also tell in the video, there's like the girl Irene that you could tell she been smoking. But then you can watch some of the other girls drinking their little drinks. You could tell they ain't drinkers. They're not used to that. The turn up they doing, the little shit they doing is fake. The one girl with the little fucked up ponytail, you could tell her demeanor when she get up and take the phone in the bathroom by herself. How she trying to act like she having a good time. She stopping and do all this in the camera shit and dance a little bit. But you can clearly tell for people that have paid attention to psychology, and you can read people's demeanors, you can clearly tell it's some other shit on the front of her mind that got her kind of like, you know, worried or focused on, but she trying to play that shit off. Caprita, what you say? I need you to do another video. Talk to these girls. Listen, really, honestly, the message behind me even speaking on the shit, because y'all know me. I really could get deep with the whole part about them putting her in the freezer and shit too, because a bitch put her in there. And a part of a hotel that's having construction done, ain't no motherfuckers going down that way unless you got some malicious or ill intent. And of course, the hotel is not just going to turn over footage to you just because you a grieving parent. They not going to do that. Why would they risk their business? You worry about your one little black dead child. Them people worried about their millions or billions they probably making off this hotel a fucking year. You want them to go around knocking on doors, asking people, did they see something? They not going to do that. They're not. That shit gonna come out through them girls and them boys in that hotel room coming out and telling some shit. And that ain't them boys' first rodeo. And that girl Irene and the one with the little messed up ponytail who keep talking about that's her best friend, it ain't her first rodeo neither with the hotel room shit and fucking and running the train and getting a little money for that shit either. The shit goes on all the time. So what do this teach us? For those of us who the shit come to us as a shock, you need to be talking to your daughters and your kids about shit like this. If you know your child a follower, you need to start pointing out to them stuff in poor leaders. Because there's a lot of leaders. There's bad leaders and there's fucking good leaders. And those of us that have leadership characteristics, we can lead a bitch to hell and we can lead a bitch to something positive. It's all on what a bitch chooses to follow us into doing. Ray, what you say, the girl with the glasses wanted to cry? Period. And see, this is the thing about stuff like that. When you deal in situations where it's like multiple dudes and they, you know, at that age, young girls know they really can't, you know, do shit to stop these niggas from doing what they gonna do. You hear one boy in the video say, man, I'm out here. Like, when you have niggas that's possibly involved in gangs and shit and the violence that go on in Chicago, once you, a young female like that, once you get in a hotel room, it really ain't no backing out. It really ain't no coming up out that shit. You got the ones that'll just lay down and go with the flow so they not technically raped, so to speak, violently. And then you got the ones that just don't know no better, like you could tell the Kenneka girl didn't, and you get your ass raped and murdered. But what y'all got to start doing is talking to y'all children about what really be going on in the world. Because the shit out here is not unicorns and rainbows. And everything can't be a fucking shock to everybody. Everybody can't be hollering, oh Lord, every time some shit like this go on. See, I'm from the hood. So when shit like this happen, I peep and look at the signs and I use it as a learning experience to teach my girls and to help them pay attention. But anybody with some sense that read people like I do, you can tell in them videos and shit who the leaders is and who not. And you can tell who influenced, but you can also tell, regardless of how much of a leader or not a leader you are, when you're in situations like that where a motherfucker can physically intimidate you or fuck you up, or you can tell this ain't their first rodeo, or you can tell they ain't nothing for a nigga to just grab a bitch by their throat and throw them on the bed and stick that dick off in them. When you're in situations like that, you probably won't open your mouth. You probably won't say nothing. You probably will sit there with your phone and just bop back and forth and go with the flow like you ain't got no problem with it, for your ass be murdered. What you say, Irene did not want to cry. She was on some pills. Listen, it was definitely drugs involved. But that's another learning experience for some of y'all to talk to y'all kids. Because nowadays, you can get a bitch intoxicated and pretty much do anything to them. And damn near get away with it when you're able to tell them that they was intoxicated. Just like the hotel people was telling the mama, your daughter was drunk. Your daughter was this, your daughter was that, because that's the first thing people think of as a way to be able to tell you that bitch was asking for that shit. Or some shit probably was going to happen. Or she probably just drunk somewhere. Or she probably stumbled in the freezer and laid down and just died from the freezer being too cold. The girl was dead before she got in the freezer. A bitch put her ass in there. Tasha, what you say, they killed her. The friend worked there. She had the inside information. Listen, see, this is what I'm saying. The girl working there really is irrelevant up until the point where this is how they get in these hotel rooms, and this ain't the first time they doing shit like that. Then the girl lied to her mama because she told the mama she was going bowling or some other shit. The mama didn't find out that she was actually going to a hotel party until after they said they got her phone and keys and we can't find her. You need to come down here and help, or however they conveyed it to the mama. See, this is the thing. That's a learning experience in itself. But then also, the girl working at the hotel room come into play when it comes to that whole little area where the freezer at in the hotel construction and shit. Because I'm pretty sure it's going to come out. She probably was the one, if it wasn't one of them niggas that just snooped around and found that little area they sell, she probably was the one that told them, put her body over here. They got construction over here. They probably won't find her over here. They probably didn't expect that girl mama to come down there and create such a scene and stand outside that hotel that whole time. Because, see, they told her ass to go file a missing persons report. Who on here? Dominique, what you say? She was dead prior to the freeze. Of course, child. We know that. Tina, what you say? You can hear the dead girl say, I'm not drunk. Exactly. But of course, like I say, when there's young people, drugs and alcohol involved, that's always going to be the scenario that they're going to give y'all. So that's another thing y'all need to go talk to y'all children about. Alcohol and drugs and being at parties and shit, and reasons why it's best for you to just tell me where you're trying to go than to lie to me. Tell me what you say. Okay, which one was the girl that got killed? The one in the white shirt. Tell me, you got to go get filled in. Maggie, what you say 5 minutes in? The one with the white said, we got 2 girls. Listen, it's clear what was going on. Like I said at the beginning of this video, you could tell the girl who got the little bob with the glasses on, she got a leadership type personality. So you could tell she running shit and calling shots, right along with the one with the little ponytail that ain't comb my hair. Her too. You could tell they put that little shit together along with them niggas, and this is some shit that they're used to doing. And see, what everybody missing is the girl with the glasses wasn't even no friend of the dead girl. She was a friend of the girl with the little flappy messed up hair. So them two hoes ain't no telling what kind of stuff they get themselves in. But one thing is clear, the girl who dead was that was her first rodeo. That was some shit that was new to her. Because in the video you can hear a bitch trying to coach her through fucking whatever's going on. Shantae, what you say? I just talked to my 17-year-old about this. Listen, stuff like this should be an eye-opener for y'all to wake up and talk to y'all children, especially young girls. I got 3 girls, and I teach my kids constantly about getting yourself into situations and what happens once you in them, and strangers, and just being involved with people that you don't know, because it's a difference of me and you being best friends, and then me supposed to feel comfortable with the rest of your motherfucking friends or your affiliates. See, I teach my children to know who they know and trust who they know, not trust somebody else that somebody else know just because you trust them. April, what you say? Listen with y'all eyes. With y'all eyes closed, y'all. Isha, what you say? Lisa, what you say? I feel like I'm watching the episode of 48 Hours. It'll come out. Like, I don't got no doubt it eventually. Anytime a crime occur with multiple motherfuckers, whether it's young people or older people, somebody end up talking. The shit will come out. I'm just telling y'all, when shit like this happen, you have to use your common sense. It ain't no giant conspiracy with the hotel. Them hotel people was not finna go fucking with their consumers who spending money and guests in no room for no little black girl. It just was not gonna happen. Especially when there was no police report filed or no missing person report. They just wrote it off as a drunk teen that just got missing. And the mama can't file them because they feel like young black teens hard-headed anyways. Tia, what you say? It was a Snapchat convo where the dude straight told that he would give her $200 just to rape her. Listen, like I told y'all, the little girl with the little flappy ponytail and the one that got the bob, this wasn't their first rodeo. It will come out. Them hoes definitely had something to do with it. And the reason why I say hoes is because they get to a certain point. I don't care how young you are. It's certain shit you do that put you in a category. And once you get in that motherfucking category and that's your character, it really don't matter what nobody say. Lisa, what you say? You all real life love. You already know it. Keisha, what you say? Just because you got pictures together don't mean they were friends. See, this my whole point is, this is my point to y'all. You guys have to start teaching y'all children that you can trust who you want to trust as far as who you know, but that don't mean you got to trust everybody else that they trust, or be friends with everybody else that they be friends with, or get involved in the things that they get involved with. And see, the problem in our society nowadays is people will guilt trip you if you don't trust what they say or go along with what they do. So as soon as I don't agree with you about something, oh, we ain't real friends. Or as soon as I don't want to go to what you want to go to or hang out where you want to hang out with, we ain't real friends. You have to teach your children nowadays. And when I say children, really, I be speaking to anybody under 25. Because anybody under 25 still have a lot to learn from people that's older than them as far as shit like this. Psychology be a motherfucker. Personality traits and shit like that, and people who are leaders that can lead your ass into bad shit as well, that shit be a motherfucker. It's some older people that's following some fucking evil ass leaders and people who can use their strong personalities to steer you in the wrong fucking direction. Ebony, what you say? Yes, them hoes ain't new to this. Of course. Shavonda, what you say? You pointed out a lot of things that people missed. Of course. Because see, when I watched the video, I wasn't watching to try to see what was going on. I'm looking at the personalities in the video, and you could tell. Like me, for example, I have a strong personality. It don't matter where I go or who I'm around. You gonna tell, like, oh, she'll tell a bitch what to do. Or, oh, she'll run the shit type. I can tell that shit in that girl Irene. The girl also, the one with the little messed up hair, you can tell she got a little bit of leadership in her, a little bit above the other people that was in the room. Their presence was known. Regardless of who live, you could tell them hoes got something in their personality to where they ain't just in there like just as followers. Oh, we just like the other girls just at a hotel party. No ho, you hoes know what the fuck going on. Nova, what you say? They did put something in her drink. Listen, you can hear them coaching her into drinking. The one little dark-skinned black girl that had the ponytail that put the camera on her for a few seconds with her cup, she's sipping the cup like this is her first time ever drinking. See, this is the thing. When you first start drinking, alcohol is nasty. So you can watch and tell these kids ain't really hardcore partiers like that. You could tell who is, though. For Sean, what you say, I couldn't watch it. I knew it was evil going on. The thing about it is, when stuff like this go on, I use it as a learning experience to help teach my children, because this is the shit that's going on in the world. I'm going to just tell y'all one more time. It's young girls getting the train ran on them every day. It's young people following behind the wrong people all the time. It's people in that hotel room who gonna get caught up in this shit just for being there and didn't really even do nothing. They may not have spoke up, but they ain't have no ill intentions and just went there for a party. I can guarantee it's one or two girls in there that really didn't know the extent of what the fuck was supposed to happen, what was planned, and what was gonna go on. And see, you have to teach your children stuff like that. This is why you don't just go anywhere and everywhere. And see, some of us is teaching our children that type of behavior through our actions. We always got to be out and on every scene and doing what the next bitch do. As soon as we see somebody on Facebook doing something, we got to be somewhere at that party and doing that same shit. We ain't doing nothing but through our actions teaching our kids to have that same fucking behavior. But John, what you say, go on YouTube if you can't find it on Facebook. Christina, what you say, one girl didn't want her face shown. It's a party. Why not? See, this is what I'm trying to tell y'all. It's certain stuff like that you have to pay attention to. Because see, when you just young and you at a party and it ain't no ill intentions or no managed shit going on, you'll be showing everything that's going on. And nobody don't have a problem being... Listen, I'm going to tell y'all this. Anybody, like I said earlier, under the age of 27, usually don't have no problem getting their face on camera or being in a bitch live, turning up, unless they got some type of illegal activities going on. So unless you a motherfucking dope boy or some shit like that, other than that, bitches be in the camera. They showing what's going on all the way around the room, all that stuff. It's a hotel party. Kids that's actually having hotel parties or young adults that's having hotel parties or parties wherever, bitch going around the whole room showing everything that's going on. Everybody want people to see their outfits. They want everybody to see how they dancing, girls is twerking. This is just a normal setting for a club or a party. These bitches just sitting here with the camera on their face like they're doing a Love Dorsey video. Because there's shit going on in the room they don't want you to see. Summer, what you say? Just joining, what you think happened? Listen, this live gonna be on my page. Y'all gonna have to go back and rewatch it. Freddie, what you say is sickening. She went for rope after getting that text. Listen, like I told y'all, it'll all come out in due time exactly what happened. But like I just shared with y'all, it's certain shit you have to pay attention to. And this definitely should be a learning experience to all parents. Even for those of y'all with young sons and stuff like that. They go out here and get caught up in this street life and be around niggas and shit like that. And you in a group of dudes, and if they feel like, oh, we finna run a train on this girl, dog. If you don't teach your sons right from wrong and when to know that shit ain't worth it, because every piece of pussy ain't worth it. A lot of times, even when girls throwing themselves at you, you have to analyze the situation and realize, okay, she acting like she want to fuck, but if I fuck, could it get me into a situation where it fuck up my whole life? Especially for young black men. I got relatives that's doing a long time from being in situations like that where it's a girl on done drunk too much or whatever it may be, and halfway through the shit she tell a bitch to stop and y'all didn't stop, or you fucked before she said stop but these niggas told on you. All kind of shit can go on. It's a learning experience. Use this shit to learn from the experience. And I'm telling y'all, anytime a crime or something go down or shit like this happen at a place like a big business like that hotel and shit like that, them people is not finna stop they money flow, they checks, they revenue behind somebody coming there saying, I can't find my child. Unless you got solid proof or some blood somewhere, them people ain't studying that shit. They trying to keep their guests comfortable so their money can keep coming in. And those are just facts. You already know in this country right now, black lives really ain't too valuable. So let alone a drunk young black girl at a party that she did not tell her mama she was going to. Just put the shit together. And you already know for years and decades, they've been talking about organ stealing and all kind of shit. So a black person dead in the freezer already don't sound right. Colson, what you say? Still not sure why they did the live video if they wasn't trying to get caught. It's not about, this is the thing. When it comes to shit like that, when bitches just trying to show, because this is, y'all got to go back and don't go back or don't go back. I for some of y'all, I know some of y'all saying it bother y'all hard and y'all really don't get consumed in the shit. But I will just say this. Like I said earlier, the girl Irene and the girl Monifa, whatever her name is, the one who ain't combed my fucking hair with the little ponytail. This is something that's not new to them. And if you look on their pages, them making their little money, they use that as an influence to keep groups of girls around them. So you can tell doing that little live video was just showing the turn up and trying to show like y'all need to get down with what we got going on. It ain't really that hard to understand. Delano, what you say? Is she supposed to be more believable because she moving her hand? You talk about me, Delano, I don't know what you're talking about. Summer, what you think? I think they set her up out of jealousy. Listen, it will come out in due time. And yes, I feel like jealousy got something to do with it. Money play a little bit of role in it as well, too. All of that shit. And horny ass niggas too. Roy, what you say? The live was it wasn't even, this is the thing, it wasn't even necessarily about a cover-up. It's just my whole thing is, I feel like they relied to try to show people like, you know, we chilling, we cool, this is just what's going on. I don't think they expected for everybody to read into and pick up on it. I don't think they necessarily went live as a cover-up, but I feel like there definitely was a plan and preparation for what the fuck they had going on. Adrian, what you say? I have 5 granddaughters, 14 down to 7. They mom ain't shit, so I'm left to teach them. You definitely got to use shit like this as a learning experience. You definitely do. I think she did at the beginning of it. See, y'all gotta understand, these is young people. And one thing about young people is they're not too bright yet. When it comes to young people that's into activities and shit like this. So really, if a bitch wanted an alibi, they shouldn't have even been on a live video at all. If they shouldn't even put themselves in that room if they never wanted anything said to them. But like I said earlier in the video, I'm gonna post this. If you go back and watch, like I said, when it comes to this shit, eventually they're going to be on social media so much to the point where it's going to push them to go tell everything that's going on. And when there's multiple people involved in any type of situation that turned out to be a crime, a bitch end up talking and telling everything anyway. Alyssa, what you say? So has the police got anybody? It'll come out. They'll end up questioning them because everybody making a big deal out of it, which is a good thing. Raymond, what you say? Hey, good night, beautiful woman of class. I appreciate it. Becky, what you say? I feel like they tried to cover little girl in the bathroom voice. Oh, of course. You can tell all of that's going on. You can hear. Like I said, I'm going to post this live on my page. If y'all go back and listen, like I said earlier, you can hear girls being coached through sex. You can hear the girl being coached through it. Somebody saying, let me keep you got to keep my head up. Somebody else saying my shit turning red, which she probably was a virgin or probably didn't fuck that often. You can hear somebody telling them, coaching somebody through, you got to get drunk or take the drugs to basically, like, in order for you to be able to relax and turn up and have a good time. You hear them mention another $200. Bottom line is, the shit was planned out to a certain extent, and the girl was dead before she got in the freezer. She didn't get in the freezer on her fucking own. Tanya, what you say is so much evidence in the live video. And like I said, the most important thing I read from the live video is watch a bitch demeanor. You could tell who followers and who leaders. And that girl Irene, the one with the little floppy ponytail, them hoes definitely, this wasn't their first rodeo. They knew what the fuck was going on. Margie, what you say? Pressure busts power. Exactly. And this is the thing about young people. They will put the pressure on themselves. Because you shouldn't even be on social media if you know you involved in that shit in any way, shape, or form. Because it's just going to provoke your fucking little adrenaline to the point where you end up posting shit like they did that made them look even guiltier, or end up saying something to somebody about what you done seen online that make your ass say some shit that make you even more guilty. Belinda Brown, what you say? Social media going to solve the case. Listen, no, they gonna end up talking and telling the police exactly what the fuck's going on. The mom already said, the girl mother already said their stories changed 3-4 times before she even found out her daughter was dead. The stories about when she left the hotel room and when this happened and when that happened. Like I said, the most important stuff that a bitch overlooked was the fact that the mama said in the videos, they said they had my daughter's phone and her keys. A bitch under 27 ain't leaving their phone nowhere except to fuck. Second thing is, watch a bitch demeanor and their personality. Irene got leadership personalities, a strong personality. Like a bitch ain't finna tell her what to do or just boss her around. Now them niggas she might have been scared of, but it ain't a female in that situation that she didn't influence or couldn't get to stop or do what she wanted them to do. Same thing with the little girl with the little floppy ponytail. Her personality ain't as strong as the girl Irene with the glasses, but you could tell it's stronger than the other bitches in the video. Cam Porter, what you think? You think she was having sex in front of everyone? Listen. Go back and listen to the video. You can hear their sex going on, which is why she ain't go around the room with the camera. Anytime, y'all just use y'all common sense. Any party, if I went to a party right now, bitch, I'm live, I'm showing my outfit, I'm showing my friend's outfit, I'm going around the room. Ain't nobody in this room don't want you to not see them looking cute or whatever, turning up, drinking, blowing their little smoke out their mouth after they hit their joint, whatever it may be. Ain't nobody sitting there at no fucking party with no camera just sitting on their face and not showing what the fuck going on unless shit going on that they don't need people to see. Tiffany, what you say? Kids have to know what people around them are into, and this is what I'm saying. Like I said earlier, just because somebody you trust choose to put their trust in and hang out and do what other people doing or got other friends, that don't mean them have to be your friends or you have to be into what they into. Latrice, what you say, when a person is high and drunk, ain't no telling what will happen. Exactly. But my thing is, this is the whole point that people missing. When there's drugs and alcohol around and there's the potential of people being drunk and high, there's no telling what a person will do to you with the excuse that you were drunk and high, especially women. Monica, what you say? You don't think her mama acting super calm? Her baby died 2 days ago. Listen, it's not about her mom acting calm, because I feel like her mom did turn up and damn near go crazy trying to figure out what happened to her. But see, when you in a situation like that where your first mind telling you one thing, but then you got the police and the people at the hotel just trying to paint this picture that your daughter was just drunk and walked herself into a fucking freezer. You got these little kids that was at this party with your child, stories changing and shit like that. This is a situation where mama can't just stand around and holler. Because if it was my child, it wouldn't be no fucking hollering going on. It'll be lawyers going to get, news reporters being talked to, and motherfucking black activists being brought in on this shit. It will be a very clear head. I'll holler and cry later. At this point in time, a bitch will have to know what the fuck I feel like really went on. So for those of y'all that feel like she might be too calm, I feel like she gonna break down at times, but she need to keep a level head and keep repeating the facts that she know that fucking happened before that shit be swept under the rug. Like the little boy at the high school that we seen body, they say the gym bleachers crushed him behind there, but when they pulled him out, he got bruises, beat up like he been beat to fucking death before put behind there. Alright, better pay attention. Y'all make sure y'all share this live, comment, add whatever, but it'll come out. It ain't really nothing to stress about. Like I said, when a crime happened with multiple people involved, the shit always end up coming out. Freddie, what you say? If she committed suicide, those boys, if she committed suicide, those boys shut her up and kill her. That girl ain't committing no suicide. Shakina, what you say? I've been drunk and high half my life. I've never found my way to a freezer. Fuck out. This is what I'm saying. Listen, the girl was dead before the freezer. A bitch put her in there. A bitch put her in there in cohesion with that fucking girl who work at the hotel, who know that shit was in the construction area. And if they put her body in there, they probably won't find her for a while. We can just pretend like she left or what the fuck ever. Keep in mind, these is young people, so all the shit is sloppy. Ain't nothing smart about none of the shit that they did, including all their asses on the fucking video talking and saying all that retarded shit. Donnell, what's up? Donnell, what you said? Where your comment went down? This scares the shit out of me. It makes me upset. I love my queens. But see, this is what I'm saying. Instead of getting caught up in the hype of them solving this case or us trying to be detectives, like I said before, it's gonna come out. Anytime a crime occurs where there's multiple people involved, especially in party settings or group settings, it always be one or two motherfuckers that start talking first and it calls everybody else to say something. But with that being said, what we need to stop overlooking is when stuff like this happen, the lesson in it. There's a message. There's multiple messages in this shit that y'all need to convey to y'all young girls as well as young boys. Latrice, what you say? How did the car get to the mama house? The car didn't get to the mama house. From what the mama said, they called her saying that they was going to leave in that car, and they had her phone and her keys. And like I said, ain't nobody under 27 going nowhere without their phone nowadays. I be about to lose my mind if I leave my damn house and realize I ain't got my phone. Bitch, I'm turning around, late to where I'm going and all, so it just ain't gonna happen. And this is just me speaking facts. Tony, what you say? Ain't no way, old girl, gonna walk into a... Oh, of course not. It will come out. I'm just saying, y'all don't miss the messaging. It's the multiple messages in here. Talk to y'all kids about drug use and who to trust and who not to, and what real friends are and all that shit like that. Because a lot of times, even now with some of y'all that's over 30, half of y'all friends with people that's jealous of y'all. And if they had the chance to get y'all ass drunk and for some shit to happen to y'all, they would. They'll let some shit happen to y'all ass right now. Right now, some of y'all swear they y'all best friends. You better pay attention in life. Pay attention to people's character traits, the stuff they say, their body language, what type of leadership qualities they have, what type of following fucking qualities they have. Some of y'all blind to that shit. But see, the main thing I focused on in college was psychology. This is why I can tell a lot of the shit that I tell and know a lot of the shit that I know. Right, Keisha, they thought they had a plan. Right. Patricia, what you say? First of all, her mom showed up looking for her baby. She banged on. This is what I'm saying. I feel like the mama is holding together pretty good, and she need to keep speaking her truth and keep reaching out and get the media involved until they go and talk to these kids, and they're going to eventually tell on themselves. It's going to happen. Shakina, what you say? I'll sit my keys down before I sit my phone. Exactly. Exactly. That's why it's some major facts. You really ain't got to sit there and try to pick out what's being said. It's just key stuff in the shit that just don't make no sense. But this should push y'all to just be a little bit more fucking locked in on y'all children, especially when you got children that's in that age category where they teens transitioning into being an adult. Because that time is fucking key in your life. You can do shit that can determine how the rest of your life will fucking go. Especially for young boys like the ones in this video. And then for young girls involved in shit where people always influencing you to take a drink. Oh, smoke. Hit the joint. Drink this. Girl, you gotta turn up. You gotta relax in order to do this and shit like that. Like, listen. Right, Stephanie, pay the fuck attention. Lisa Marie, what you say? You could tell psychology my favorite. Justina, what you say? I use this as an example to my college kids. I have 19, 19, and 21 black females. Told them to pay attention to this story regarding fake friends. Listen, and some of us right now in our fucking 30s, 40s that got fake friends. People that will swear up and down in public. But I love you. I care about you, man. That's my A1 from day one. However y'all choose to say it. But will be glad to see a bitch run your ass over and will sit by the hospital bed and be like, I can't believe this happened to you. When in all reality, in their mind, they was hoping your ass got hit by the fucking car that hit you, or probably told a bitch where you was going to be at to run you over. You got to pay attention in life. All this shit that go on in the way our country is set up, it creates jealousy in people. A lot of stuff that people had or didn't have when they was growing up. Them seeing you when your blessings start pouring in before theirs or faster than theirs. You got to watch the company you keep during that time. When it's two motherfuckers that's down, you really ain't got to pay attention to nothing. But when you in a situation where you blossoming and you growing and you becoming everything you could be, and God blessing you or whatever your religious beliefs are, your shit pouring into where life is going good for you, that's when you got to pay attention to the motherfuckers around you. Because that's when you will start seeing a bitch character. And if you pay attention close enough, you will see who really for you. Lorna, what you say motherfuckers think the length of time you known somebody. Exactly. A bitch always tell me, oh, we was friends since 3rd grade. And bitch, you been hating on me since then too. Rena, what you say when my granddaughter would go out, I kept track of her constantly. This is what I'm saying. And for y'all young people that I know y'all gonna do what y'all do and you really don't want your parents to know what you got going on, it's best for somebody to know where you at. Somebody. The text throughout the night, tell them that you fine. I'm a grown motherfucking woman. And I pay attention to a lot of shit. And I will still, when I'm out and about and move around, I will still shoot a bitch a text. Hey, I'm over here. Hey, I'm sliding through here. Hey, if you don't hear from me, call me back in like an hour. Just check on me. Because the world we live in, shit like this go on all the time. It didn't surprise me, not none. Not coming from no friends, not none of that. Sisters set up sisters, brothers set up brothers, parents killing kids, kids killing parents, motherfuckers is doing all kind of shit. Preachers is leading whole church organizations to fucking hell. Shit is going on. Right, what you say, O'Neal, the setup is real. Lisa, what you say, why do people yell at people? Tiffany, what you say, sometimes people doing better than you. Listen, and y'all know I got a video that went viral that I talked about this. The whole topic was, if you want to know if a motherfucker really for you, Watch how they act and how they act around you, how they demeanor is, how they talk to you when your blessings pouring in before theirs. Motherfuckers in my city can't stand the fact that a bitch lights back on before theirs. They mad. A bitch is mad because people had money to go out of town to get away from the storm and they didn't. Bitches, oh, y'all left for nothing. Irma didn't even do nothing. That's a sign that bitches low-key mad that they couldn't jump up and go if they wanted to. Because really, if you fine with your decision and you fine with the next bitch decision, you wouldn't even be speaking on that. It wouldn't even matter. I pay attention to a lot of shit. What you say? My deepest condolences to them and their family. Definitely. I definitely feel for the mom. That's some hard shit to go through, but she got to be strong and see this shit all the way through to the end. For the sake of her daughter, but for the sake of all the young people and shit that's watching online. Shannon, what you say? What about the hotel owner and his past organ? Don't listen. This is what listen. That's a whole nother video in its own. And like I said, bottom line, when it comes to shit happening in businesses, especially like a hotel like that, them people not finna be pressed or stop their fucking money flow behind no dead black girl until the authorities come in and stop the business themselves with warrants and shit. That's the only way that's happening. That's the only way. And you best believe a bitch put her in that freezer. Right, there was the motherfuckers that killed her, or be it somebody that worked at the fucking hotel. Y'all make sure y'all share this live video. But that definitely is a whole nother video in its own. But listen, don't be dumb. They've been talking about organ stealing and that shit going on with African American people for a long time. And like my grandma say, when you hear some shit carry over years, part of that shit is true. Just know that.